Close that door. It's a little ashy. What is going on, everybody? Welcome in, welcome in. Hey, Testament, how you doing? We're talking about own foreclosure home. To own a pre-foreclosure home. Welcome in, everybody. I hope y'all are having a phenomenal day. Anybody excited to talk about how to rent to own a pre-foreclosure home? We've had, oh, I gotta flip the thing. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me make sure I flip this so that you can see. Mirror. Can y'all see that screen okay on this side? And then let me this review. Let's see what it is say. Are you going? Am I going where? What's going on, Noor? So I have you guys here on YT, and because y'all can't read that, it's backwards. I'm gonna have to flip the camera around, and then I won't be able to read what you're saying, but you're going to learn something, okay? So y'all just hang tight with me and understand that I unfortunately cannot figure out how to mirror the screen on YT. If any of you know how to do it, please let me know. But in the meantime, I'm going to flip this thing around. Appreciate the likes. I'm going to flip this thing around to make sure that you all are able to at least read what I have here on the board, okay? So give me just a second to do that. I forgot all about that, y'all. Sorry about that. And TikTok, y'all just give me a second, okay? Trying to get my my YT going back again. I never really stopped it. I just don't go live over there. Okay, there we go. Can y'all, let me see, hold on one second. Get it up there, Falecia. Yo, what's up, Moonlit? I see you in the chat, okay? But I ain't gonna be able to see when I get in front of the screen, okay? So y'all just stay on in there with me, and we're gonna learn about how to rent to own a foreclosure home. What's going on, beautiful? How are you, my sister? Welcome in, everybody. We got IG right here. We got TikTok over here. We got YouTube over here. All right, so we're gonna work it out today, y'all. And I don't think you can even see the screen at all. What is going on? All right, well, maybe you'll be able to see when I get there. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's the light. Lord, Jesus be a fence. All right, I'm trying to multitask here, but I'm working it out, y'all. I'm working it out. All right, so just bear with me. I appreciate all of you for tuning in. Let me just double check YouTube again, because this one right here is the one I really want to get. Sweet baby Jesus. Okay, there we go. All right. I appreciate everybody's patience who hung out with me. So we're talking about how to rent to own a pre-foreclosure home, guys. And the reason why we're talking about that today is because we have people that are inside of our community. In less than 2 weeks, we've grown over to over almost 300, not over, but almost 300 people inside of our community. 300 people who raised their hand and said, hey, I am interested in rent to own. And we probably got about 5 investors in there that, are looking around and seeing what they can buy. Mrs. Suarez, welcome in, welcome in. And so I said, you know what? Let me just come on online right quick, and let me just, share a little bit about how you can buy a rent to own home, because many people think that it's difficult. They say, oh, we don't have any rent to own homes in our area. How many of you think that you don't have any rent to own in your area? How many of you believe that there are no rent to own homes in your area? So here's the thing, guys. Rent to own does not always have a sign in the yard that says rent to own. Okay, many times you will have properties that are listed, maybe they've been listed for a long time, or they're facing foreclosure, they're in a distressed situation, it's vacant. Those are the type of homes that will say yes to a rent to own, okay? So don't just think of it as a traditional listing on the market, rent to own, just plastered on the house, okay? Because that is not the way that it works. Okay, so we're going to be talking about how to rent to own pre-foreclosures today, though. Okay, how to rent to own a pre-foreclosure home. All right, so the first thing that you'll do is you'll go into a system. Okay, you can always pull up properties that are facing foreclosure by going down to your local courthouse. They'll give it to you for free. Don't charge you anything. It's public record. Pre-foreclosures, probates, all that stuff is public record. All you got to do is go to your local courthouse. However, for me, I've worked pre-foreclosure in different areas. So for me, I go online to a site that I can share with you guys. If you ask for the info, I'll make sure I get that to you. Okay. And for those of you that are on TT, you can hit that orange button right there, and then it'll bring you into our community. And then you can ask me over there. I'll get you the information. But yes, you can pull up every pre-foreclosure that is in anywhere in the United States, y'all. And the last time I checked, there's almost 200,000 people that are facing foreclosure at the moment. So when you say, Falecia, how can I get a rent to own home? I don't see any around in my area. Listen, guys, that is how you get it, through a pre-foreclosure. Pre-foreclosure is not the only way, but it is one way. All right, what's going on, Vic? Absolutely, I will surely provide the information. Vic, you are inside of the community, so if you just DM me and ask for the pre-foreclosure site, I'll make sure I get it to you, okay? And by the way, BJ tried to call you today too. I don't know if you got his message. Hey there. But yeah, so let's dive in. So what do you do, Falecia, when I see a pre-foreclosure home online that I'm interested in? What should I do though? Okay, what are the steps to get a pre-foreclosure? If you want to know the steps to get a pre-foreclosure, put PF in the chat for me. Let me make sure we actually got people in the room that are interested in this type of information before I spend a little time here sharing it. Put PF in the chat if you are interested in knowing how you can rent to own a pre-foreclosure home. All right, so I see we got a few people there in the chat that are interested. So awesome, 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 So when you see a pre-foreclosure online, sometimes on the site that I'll share with you, if you get into the community and you ask me for it, sometimes on the site that I'll share with you, you'll be able to see the actual pictures of the house. Some you will not be able to see the pictures of the house because the bank didn't pay somebody or wasn't able to get somebody to go out there and get the pictures. All right, so they usually pay an agent like myself to go out there and get a few different pictures of the house. You're not always able to get that. So when you're not able to get that, you are going to run your numbers, look at everything, and decide, okay, is this a property that I want to make an offer on? Okay, so there's two sites that I use. Okay, I use the foreclosure site, and then I use another site, which if you want that, just let me know. But this right here provides all the mortgage details. Okay, if they have multiple mortgages, if they have an HOA, if they have liens on the property, it shares those details, guys. Okay, so you are able to really, really hone in and narrow down how much you want to make your offer for. It's really, really cool. Okay. But this is how it works. So once you see a property that you like, okay, everything matches up, the numbers look good, things of that sort. What you're going to do next is you're going to jot that down. Matter of fact, jot down at least 5 addresses that you can do a drive-by. Because, like I said, not all the time these pictures will be available on the site. Okay, so once you jot down the information, you'll do a little drive-by and you determine, do I still like this house? I'm gonna tell you, people that are facing foreclosure, sometimes they trash the property. I've even seen where they burn it down. Okay, so you want to make sure that the property still stands before you go send in your offer and then have them sign it. Okay, now you don't agree to something that you really don't agree to. Amen. Do I have all rights like an owner in a rent to own? For example, I want to rent it out. Absolutely. If you got the right paperwork, you have the right agreement, and you're filing the right things, absolutely. Okay. It is a lot that this entails, but I'm going to give you overall view of what it looks like to rent to own a pre-foreclosure home. Okay, we're not going to actually go into contracts or anything on this live, but I'm going to give you in a nutshell how you would rent to own a home that is facing pre-foreclosure. Okay, I am champion. Are you inside of the community yet? And let me check on my family over here. All right. Hey, hey. I had to check on my YT family. Are you inside of the community yet? Because you want to be inside of the community to make sure that you are okay. So if you want to come inside of the community, tap that orange button that you see right there. That'll allow you to get inside the community. You'll get your free ebook, The 6 Paths to Home Ownership. You'll also be able to participate in the Zooms that we have every single Sunday, the campfire Zooms. And if you want this information, you want to have access to foreclosures, you'll also get that as well, okay? And if you're on my YT or my IG, make sure you comment or DM me, and I'll make sure I get you that information as well, all right? So let's get right on into it, guys. All right, so you found the property, you went online, you went to the foreclosure site that I'll share with you, and you said, okay, I like this property right here. This is a nice one. You know, it's a 4-bedroom, 3 bathrooms. This is perfect for me and my family. If I could get this house right here for X amount of dollars down, for X amount of a month, then I want this house. I want to make an offer on it. All right. So once you jot it down, about 5 houses, I would say at least 5. You're welcome. At least 5 houses. That's when you're gonna do your little drive-by, and you're going to determine which one of the houses you like best. All right. Now you can, reach out to all of the homeowners and see if they are interested, or you can mail out your offer. Okay. Now we mail out, BJ and I, we mailed out hundreds of letters at a time. We would love for all of them to accept the offer. Okay. We don't care. Because at the end of the day, can y'all see the entire board? Let me know if y'all can see the entire board. I want to make sure that we are angled correctly. Because we go after these properties as payments. Okay, we get the property, we catch up the mortgage payments, all that good stuff, and then we'll allow somebody else to rent to own the property from us. All right, make sense? All right, appreciate that, Vic. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, so you done did everything, you drove by, and now let's take one property for example. All right, so the property that we are going to use as an example, guys, I'm gonna take a sip of water. Let's say that this property is I love easy numbers, guys, okay? I know that you guys may want something that's more, maybe even less, okay? But at the end of the day, we are talking about 300K property, all right? What's going on, Jules? Welcome in, welcome in. Guys, if you haven't grabbed your daily heart me yet, would you mind doing so for me? It does help the channel, and I appreciate you. All right, so the property is valued at 300K. What you're going to do is you're going to send that homeowner a letter of intent. You're going to send that homeowner what we call a letter of intent. Okay, let me see here. All right, have you guys ever heard of a letter of intent? TikTok want me to do this flash gold. Okay, basically what a letter of intent is you letting the homeowner know, hey, I'm interested, you know, here are my offers. Okay, just like we have a property listed right now that's on the MLS. Okay, some of the homeowners rather go to the MLS versus just, you know, doing it off market. So this property is on the MLS, homeowners own to regular, you know, traditional mortgage, traditional offer, or owner finance. Like, he's really open to different types of offers. Okay. And if I'm missing anything, guys, I appreciate everything that you all are doing. Thank you so much for tapping out the screen, sharing the live. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, so the letter of intent, it usually will have at least 2 offers. Okay, you can have 2 to 3, 4, whatever you want to have. Okay, so like I was saying, I have this property listed, and we've got several different offers on the property, but a lot of them are coming in low. So I said that to say, when you see a property listed, when you see the value of a house, don't automatically assume this is how much I got to pay, right? You get to draw up your offer. That's the whole point of you making your letter of intent. All right? That's the whole point of you drawing up your letter of intent and sending it out to the homeowner. Because you're telling the homeowner, hey, this is how much I can afford to pay. Are you willing to accept my offer? Okay, so let's assume that the property that we're looking at is valued at 300K. For some reason, it's not showing good on my end. Let me see. All right. Now, you're going to reach out to this homeowner and say, hey, John, I was just reaching out to see if you ever considered selling your property. And John's going to say, well, maybe, you know, how much you want to offer, because that's what everybody says. Well, how much you going to offer? And you know, you'll talk to him about it. Well, why are you considering selling this property, John? I mean, you already know that John's property is facing foreclosure, right? But you are trying to build a rapport, have a conversation with them before letting them know, like, hey, I want to rent to own your property. But essentially, you talk to him, and he's open to your offer. You get all the way down to, yes, I want to rent to own your property. Okay, I want to give you a certain amount of money, and then I want to pay you monthly. Okay, until I'm ready to pay it off or get the mortgage in my name, whatever the case is. Many people do rent to own, guys, for different reasons. One, for flexibility. Two, because interest rate may be higher than they want to pay right now, and they'd much rather assume someone else's loan that has a 2 or 3%, right? There are many different reasons, okay, including flexibility being like number one. Thank you, BJ, for my daily heart me. I believe that's the first one I done got. Appreciate you, honey. But yeah, so you're gonna offer the homeowner at least 2 different offers, guys. Why? Because if you offer multiple offers, then he may just be interested in one of your offers. Okay? He may just be interested in one of your offers. So you're talking to the homeowner and you find out, because homeowners will tell you, sometimes they'll give you some good information. Okay, they'll let you know if you're building that rapport just right, you're being nice, being a likable guy or gal, then he or she will give you more information than you probably even are going to ask for. So let's say the homeowner tells you, yeah, I'm behind. Man, I haven't paid my mortgage in 10 months. Oh, wow, 10 months? Whew, that's a long time. Okay. Well, if you don't mind me asking, how much is your mortgage? My mortgage is $1,000 a month. $1,000, okay. So, Mr. Homeowner, you're behind 10 months. And you're behind 10 months. And I know you have fees, right? You have those late fees and everything, right? Hold on a second, y'all. Oh, is it? They said it was good. Okay.
You got to go back a little bit.
Oh, okay. How about that?
Step out the way, Lance.
I wrote too close to the end. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
How is it now? Is it
good?
Okay.
Good, but then just look at your
Try to write
straight in there so that everything you writing, like step back one, so you can see where your gap is. See?
Oh, thank you.
Just stay in there.
Okay, appreciate it. All right, so Mr. Homeowner is behind, guys. 10 grand, okay? But you and I both know that this does not include all the fees that he got to pay, okay? Because when you are facing foreclosure, you have bukus of fees, okay? Let me ask you guys a question. Whenever a homeowner is facing foreclosure, you know how they come out and they have to pay a servicer to come out there and serve them papers? Each time that they come out there and serve them papers, guess what? An attorney had to write up those papers and a servicer had to serve you, right? So they come to your job, you're not there. They come to your house, you're not there. You're there, but you're probably like peeking out the window. You don't want them to see you. Every time they do that, guys, every time they're hiring an attorney, tell me in the chat, guys, who is paying for that attorney? Who has to pay for the attorney when the mortgage company is having to file foreclosure on the person that's facing foreclosure? Is the mortgage company paying for it, or is it someone else that's paying for that? Who is actually paying for it? All right. Don't be scared, y'all. All right, because we're all here to learn. All right, y'all said y'all want to learn about how you can buy rent to own by pre-foreclosures by way of rent to own. I'm gonna help you out. Yeah, exactly, guys. You, the homeowner who is facing foreclosure, will have to pay for that attorney. You got to pay all those fees. Listen, every single month that you are behind, you are paying on a per diem. Every single day, they're charging you. They're constantly charging you. And God forbid you just ignore them and you're not answering the phone. You're not answering the door when they try to serve you. Like, you are really, really digging yourself a hole at that time. Okay? At that point. So this guy right here is behind like 10 months. nothing, okay? He just ended up on our list of foreclosures because he's 10 months behind, and the bank is like, this guy done bumped his head. Where's my money? I need cash, right? So, Mr. Homeowner, all right, you're behind 10 months. But how much is the reinstatement fee? Have you asked the bank for a reinstatement fee? I mean, reinstatement letter. Well, no, Falecia, I didn't think about that. How do you find them, Eric? Tap that orange button over there to the side and come inside of the community. It's in the resources, but if you don't see it in the resources folder, just DM me in there. Okay, my name is Falecia in there. Just DM me and I'll get it to you. All right. Another way to find foreclosure is just go to your local courthouse. Okay, you can go to your local courthouse, get it absolutely free. They don't charge you a thing because it's public information. All right. But I pay for my site because I like to look in your town, my town, and everywhere else, and I just can't be all over the United States, you know, that easily. Appreciate that. Yeah, you're welcome, Eric. So, I said, Mr. Homeowner, so you're behind 10 months, and you're paying $1,000 a month. You're at least behind 10 grand, right? Have you gotten a reinstatement letter? No, I haven't asked for one. I've been kind of afraid to talk to Mr. Homeowner. We're gonna need to know, what is the amount to catch up your mortgage in order for me to catch it up, okay? Because here's the thing, I want to help you out. All right, I want to create a win-win situation for us. Okay, because at least, Mr. Homeowner, if I am able to catch up your mortgage and make payments on time and move into this property, or whatever you plan to do, right? For me, I don't move into the property, I move somebody else into it, but I don't go into all of that. If you're not moving into it, it's okay. You don't have to go into all of that if you're just an investor, right? But Mr. Homeowner, before I agree to pay your mortgage, to catch up your mortgage, thank you, BJ. Before I agree to all of that, I want to need that official reinstatement so that we can know exactly how much you owe, okay? How much you're behind, because you definitely are going to owe more than just the 10 grand that they say you owe. All right. So we're just going to assume that at bare minimum, which is probably not this much, but we're just going to assume that it's 15 grand. All right. So at this point, you're thinking, do you have the 15 grand or do you not? Because if you don't have the 15 grand, then, this is probably not going to work for you if you're looking to move into the property yourself. But if you're an investor, then yes, okay? Because I personally never put the money up first. What do? I have the buyer come in, and the buyer is going to pay me more than what I owe to the seller. That's how I make my money. All right? Does that make sense, everybody? Am I making sense here? Yes or no, guys? I want to make sure that I haven't lost anybody. I want to make sure you guys are still with me and still paying attention. Let me check on my YouTube family. Hi, and Fate and New York Gamer. I have a question. My brother's trying to rent to own a place. What's going on, Jante? I haven't seen you in a while. I guess you say the same thing about me. I wanted to know, how long does he have to live there to be qualified to rent to own? So, he doesn't have to live there a certain amount of time. So with rent to own, the way that it works is you work out the deal with the homeowner before moving. Okay. So for instance, with a rent to own, Let me do this for you guys. Let me see. You all can still see this. Yeah. Great question. Jante. All right, let me get a different marker. Because you bringing me into my next little part that I wanted to share with you. Where is my eraser? Oh, here we go. Okay. We established the homeowner is behind 10 grand. All right, so you got rent over here, and then over here you got rent to own. Okay, so you're thinking more so like regular rent to own. Okay, I mean you're thinking about rent. Okay, but we're talking about rent to own. Okay. All right, so when you think about a rent to own versus rent, let's call this person over here Jack. Okay, we're gonna call her Jill. All right, Jack decided he saw a property. He saw a sign in the yard for this property that said property for rent. Okay, how many of you ever seen a property for rent, a sign out in the yard that said property for rent? Probably all of us. And if you were looking for a house for rent, what did you do? You reached out to that homeowner and said, hey, how much you want for that property? How much you renting that property for? Right? And the homeowner said $2,000. You just said, okay, when can I see it? You ain't trying to negotiate. You ain't say, well, will you allow me to rent to own it? Can you hold a mortgage? You didn't say any of that. And that's okay, because you didn't know to say that. But that's why you're here now. And the next time you decide you want to rent a house, you're going to ask for a rent to own option, right? You're going to ask, hey, Mr. Owner, I know you want to rent this house, but have you ever considered selling it? You just be quiet. And then they're going to let you know, well, actually I have, but nobody want to give me what I want for it. And then now you're in the conversation. Well, how much you want for it? Because I'm actually interested in it, right? So let's say you get all the way down to it and you decide to do the rent to own. All right? So Jill over here. Jill went about it. You know, she done been on the live and all of that. She done been on, BJ's live, my live, and she said, you know what? I ain't asking how much you want for rent. I'm telling them I want to rent to own that thing. Okay, that's all I want to do. If you don't want to rent to own it, I don't want to buy it. So the value of this property over here is $300K. She has an offer. She has an agreement. She has a contract for $300,000. Okay. So I'm going to put agreement over here, so we're all on the same page. All right. Now, they are both signing an agreement to rent for $2,000 per month. Okay. This one, she's renting to own. Jack over here is just rent. He was cool with straight rent. All right. Now, Jack has a lease. How many years do you typically get a lease for, y'all? How many years do you typically get a lease for? Let me put this in a different color. Let's call it the same thing because we don't want to confuse anybody, all right? Jill is leasing hers for 5 years. Told the homeowner, listen, I'm interested in renting this house from you, but I'm more so interested in being able to buy the house. Yeah, 1 to 2 years, right? 12 months. Yeah, 2 years. Yep, all that, right? I'm interested in buying a house from you, but I'm kind of working on some things. You know, I joined Falecia and BJ's rent to own community, and they helping me out with my credit. Like they got that free information in there. They helping me out. So I'm already working on that. I'm good on that. I'm getting my utilization down. They said in about 45 days I should be looking good if I get it under 10%. You know, I'm working on my payment history. I used to be late, but you know, since I've been in there, I've been paying it on time. So I want to rent to own this property. In a couple of years, maybe 1 or 2 years, I'm gonna be ready. But I'm gonna ask that you allow me 5 years, just in case. Because how many of you know that things happen sometimes? Life gets to life sometimes, right? So that's why in our community, we encourage you at minimum to request 5 years when you rent to own a property. All right, everybody got me? If you got me, say got you in the chat. Let me check on my YouTube family over here. If you got me, say got you in the chat. All right. What's going on, Jante? I really was. Sometimes at least before a year. Yeah, absolutely. So Jante and everybody here on my YouTube channel, I appreciate y'all for sticking with me. I had to flip the camera around, so therefore I can't see your works unless I go behind the screen. But I'm gonna check on y'all every now and then. Drop your comments, and I will be reading them. But is this making sense to you too, Jante? All right, got you. And if you guys want to be a part of the community, all you got to do, if you're here on my TikTok page, all you got to do is tap that button right there. There's the little orange icon in the corner. Matter of fact, did I pin it for y'all? Let me pin it. All right, there we go. It's pinned now. All you got to do is come on inside the community. We got y'all, okay? We want to create as many homeowners in 2026 as possible. My name says ATL Home Matchmaker, but it does not matter where you're located. The information that we teach inside of our community every day, guys, work no matter what state you're in, no matter what city, no matter what county, no matter what you look like, none of that, right? All right. So let's get back to it. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So over here, Jack signed a 1-year agreement, guys. Jill signed a 5-year rent to own agreement. All right. Now, Jack over here, he probably put down something like what you normally put down for? You know, they call it security deposit over here, right? They call this security deposit. That's usually at least 1 to 2 times whatever the monthly rent is. So we'll call it $2,000. All right. Over here on this side, what we call it? Let me see if y'all know before I put it up there. What do we call it on this side? They put in a security deposit on the rent side. Jack put a security deposit. If you're renting to own a property, what you putting down? Let me for y'all a little bit. What you putting down, guys? I need to know. I need to know. All right. Y'all scared? Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Okay? On this side, guys, you're putting a down payment. Good guess, Eric. Appreciate your bravery. On this side, you're making a down payment. Okay? You're making a down payment, all right? All right, on this side, $10,000. Is that a lot of money, y'all, for the opportunity to be able to buy this house? For the opportunity to say, hey, let me lock in this $300K to be able to purchase this house within the next 5 years. I may buy it in 1 year. I may buy it in 2 years. I may buy it in 3 or 4 years, but I'm putting down 10 grand and I'm paying $2K a month. So far, guys, which one is looking like the better deal? So far, which one is looking like the better deal? Is it looking like the rent or the RTO side? Which side is looking like the better deal? All right. Eric said the rent to own. I think everybody else left you in here, Eric. It looked like we got a few more people, but they like, I don't want to get the wrong answer. Okay? I'm just going to sit back and let Eric answer because I don't want to get it wrong. Listen, y'all, it's all love in here. Okay? Nobody's going to shame you or anything. When you join our community, you'll see, like, if you come in and you're getting something wrong, you're joining the cause, and hey, that's what we're here for. We know that the majority of the things that we know you don't know it, okay? But that's why you're here, because you want to learn. You're gonna learn, okay? Think out loud is how we roll. Exactly. If you don't come in and comment, if you don't come in and answer the polls, we don't know what you need. We don't know what you want. But that is why we make the polls inside of the community, because we want to hear from you. We want your voice to be heard. We want to make sure that the information that we're sharing is actually applicable to you and you are benefiting from the information that we're sharing. All right? All right. Now, we got these numbers down packed, okay? Cool beans. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. So, in the first year, let me get another pen. I want y'all to see these different colors, honey. I want you to see this thing changing up right before your very eyes, okay? In the first year, over here, we're paying $2,000. First year over here, we're paying, again, $2,000. In the second year, okay? Now listen. When you rent a house, you typically have 3% renewal amount, right? Every single year, they typically ask you to renew your leases. Am I correct or wrong? Somebody let me know, okay? Because when I say correct or wrong, I mean I know I'm right. All right, so which one is it, y'all? What paperwork will I need to get started with the rent to own? Tell us. Phenomenal question. All right. You will need paperwork for sure, but we don't talk about that on this live because it's enough. Like what I'm sharing with you right now, it's a whole mouthful. Okay, so we don't go into the actual paperwork, but if you come inside of the community over here, we teach you. Okay, we bring everybody back. We make sure everybody's up to speed, and we teach at our pace to make sure that everybody understands everything. Okay. But yeah, so right now we go over these things right here, and we don't talk about the one thing about an agreement, that's easy. That's the easy part. You can get that from an attorney. Okay, you can definitely get that from the attorney. All right, because every state is different, so you want to make sure that the laws in your state matches up with what you're trying to do. All right. Cool beans. All right, guys. So we just discussed that rent goes up every year, right? Everybody agreed that rent goes up every year. Let's assume that if this rent right here goes up 3%, okay? What would this amount be? If this rent went up 3%, what would the amount be in the second year, guys? And it's okay to get your calculator out because I got mine. Did you get $2,060? On this side over here, how much would the rent go up in the second year? Somebody let me know. How much would the rent go up in the second year? On the rent to own side, how much is Jill paying in her second year? Let me click that. I can guess it correctly. Got you right here, Jante. Welcome back. Welcome back. All out of whack. Hold on, let me fix my screen over here. Jante, you didn't even tell me the screen was messed up. I'm sorry I missed the question. What was the question again? I don't know, honey. I probably asked 20 questions. I'm messing with you. It's all good. All right. Stay the same. 0. Exactly, y'all. Thank you. Yes. Yes. All right. So they said that this will stay the same, and they are absolutely correct. It will stay the same. It will be at $2,000. How about over here, guys, for the third year? How much would this rent be in the third year? All right. Remember, this rent right here is appreciating every year by 3%. Okay. And we are being conservative. We are being on the conservative end because I've heard that people charge even more. Is this what y'all came up with? With? Did you come up with 2121? How about the fourth year? Y'all see the pattern here? Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped over here. What about over here, y'all? In the third year, what happened? How much is Jill paying in her third year renting this property? How much is Jill paying? I need y'all to chime in with me. Let me tell you, I love interaction. I love engagement. Yes, Eric, thank you. Because it lets me know, thank you, Jante. Yes, stays the same. Because it lets me know that you guys are actually learning and I ain't wasting your time, okay? So I don't want to be wasting your time, all right? Now, how about in the fourth year over here? What about Jack? What Jack got going on over here? It's your time. 1 second, I'll be right back.
Right in bed on your board.
Okay. $2,000, right? 5th year, 2318. 2,000. All right. Now, with this information, because I know just a minute ago y'all said that the rent to own side was better. Which side is looking better now? Is it the side over here that's renting Jack, or is Jill benefiting the most with the rent to own? Let me know. What do you guys think? Let me see if I can squeeze this in a little bit. There we go. Who is benefiting the most? Which shoes would you rather be in? Jill, right? Let me see. She is locked in for 2,000 for 5 years. Let's go. Exactly. Not until she get to 10. Okay, because she already gave the 10. See, in order to get this agreement right here, that was part of her agreement. She put $10,000 down for a down payment. You know, normally when you are renting a property, you put a security deposit, right? Usually equivalent to the first month's rent. But on this side, Jill went, okay, she came into our class, okay? She in the class you in now. So she said, I don't want to just rent. I don't want to just give my security deposit. I want to rent to own this house. I want to have the first right of refusal. If I like this house, if I like this neighborhood, my kids like it, still loving the school, I want to keep this house. I want the opportunity to buy this house. I'm just working on my credit right now. This is the house I want. So I'm going to put this $10,000 down on this property. Okay? That's what she did. She put down the $10,000 in order to lock in this $2,000. Make sense? Can I have your Instagram? Yeah, it's ATL. And by the rent going up, does it include the utilities going up as well? Jante, when you think about rent to own, you think about owning. So when you own a property, no matter what happens with the utility, it falls on you, right? Even when you rent, no matter what you rent to own or you buy a property, utilities fluctuate, it's on you. Amen. Amen, everybody. But good question though. Good question. Let me see. Let me plug this phone up right quick. Oh, I forgot I got this one right here. Oops. 1 second, y'all. Let me plug this baby up. Hang tight. Stop laughing at me, BJ. Y'all probably laughing at me too. All right, there we go. Woo. Lord. There we go. How's that view, y'all? Are we still good? Yeah, but follow me on TikTok, though. If you're looking to follow me on TikTok, because I go live on TikTok, and I post more on TikTok than I do on Instagram. All right? All right, guys. So listen, if you just joined the chat, make sure you tap that orange button to hop on to my hit the orange button to make sure that you are able to get inside of the community. Sorry, y'all. Got a lot going on here. I thought DP was, nope, it's down payment. Yeah. You are good. Okay. So check this out, y'all. So listen, we already, okay, Eric already told us that Jill is this is just something that I can see.
Oh, which one? TikTok? This one?
Yeah. Hold on.
That you don't like.
Hold on 1 second, y'all. We getting production right, okay? We want to make sure y'all can see. We want to make sure y'all can get in the community, get that free information, y'all. Because when I went over the things that we had to go over during the my live the other day, talking about credit, y'all, talking about the payment history, the credit utilization, the credit history, just the things that really make up your credit score. People were really surprised. They were like, man, I didn't know that it was that easy to repair my own credit. Yeah, you don't have to spend all this money to pay a credit repair specialist. I ain't hating on the credit repair specialist. I want you to get a house. I could care less about you paying a fee for a credit repair. Okay? If you tap that orange button, if you own my YouTube, inbox me. Okay? I don't know. YouTube don't got an inbox, do they? But if you comment below, I'll see it. I should see it when I get off. I think that's how it works. Okay. But I should see it when I get off, and I'll make sure I message you the information to hop in. But that's how people are getting this free information about how to repair their own credit, where they're not having to pay a credit repair specialist. Okay. All right, but it's up to you, okay? Because some people are like, oh, well, I want to fix it myself. But listen, if you don't learn what messed you up in the first place, how many of you know that you're going to repeat the same thing? History repeats itself. If you ain't doing nothing to fix it, it's inevitable that you're going to mess it up again. Because you don't know what you did or what they did to improve your credit. So you need to be educated as well on the credit, how to repair your own credit, how to maintain a good credit score, how to make your own credit score go up. All right. So check this out, y'all. Here we go. Now this is where it gets really, really good. It actually gets better and better, y'all. So this ain't even the best part, but this is part of the good part, okay? All right, y'all. So in the second year, we said it went up $60 per month. They paid $60 per month. How much is $60 per month for that year? That's an extra $720. Doesn't sound like a lot, right? That's an extra $720. How about the third year? How about the third year? The third year, it went up $1,452. But how about in the fourth year? Fourth year, it went up $184 per month. Y'all, that's almost $200 a month. Text at the same time. 184 times 12 months. 2208. Now, the last year is where I think people start waking up. They're like, you know what? This stuff is bananas, man. This stuff is crazy. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And don't let me get to adding up all these numbers. It's really going to mess you up. Okay? So, $196 over what she already paid. That's how much you paid. $8,196 over what Jill had to pay. So do you see how instantly you are saving money? Do you see that? I want to make sure that you all are seeing this, because some people say, well, Falecia, I'm a little nervous about the rent to own thing, because if I put down 10, 15, and 20 grand and I can't buy the property, I'm going to be sad. I'm going to be mad. Is there anybody in the chat that don't mind admitting that that's how you feel? If you don't mind admitting that that's how you feel, put in the chat, that's me. That's me. That's why I'm still renting, Falecia, because I can't take out my 401k. I don't want to risk that. I'd rather risk paying 100% interest in rent versus trying out this rent to own thing that you and BJ be talking about on y'all live. Because I've been, saving up this 401k, and, I don't know. I just can't let it go. I just can't let it go. I see you just broke down the numbers, and I see that I almost paid 10 grand in 5 years on top of my rent. I didn't really catch it, but I see it now. Now that you put it like this, I see it. And I put that 2,000 security deposit. Really, I'm over that 10. At this point, I'm over that 10. Right? I'm looking for... Sorry. That's not going to work. But anybody who is interested in renting to own or looking to buy a house, okay? All right? I'm the ATL home matchmaker, not relationship matchmaker, okay? I'm the home matchmaker. Hold on, let me get this puzzle right, because y'all know how TikTok do. All right, I got it wrong 3 times now. Let me see. They might kick me off. Okay, I got it. Woo, 4th time is a charm. Guys, are you understanding how this is a better opportunity? Are you all? I really want y'all to get this for real. Like, I really want you all to see how Jill snuck in there, and she was able to lock in her payments because she gave up more money in the beginning, but in the long run, how many of you know she saved? If you do the math and you add this 2 grand to the 8,196, this is what she put down. Okay, not a whole lot over this, but still, she's still paying more. Are you all understanding what I'm saying here? Yep. The best way to start is to join the community. BJ, can you put it in the chat for me? The community information. Now, so listen, y'all. If you want to come inside of the community, it's pinned down below. All you gotta do is tap that bar, and you'll get inside the community, guys. We teach everything to get you into a property, to get you into home ownership. We need you guys to get a house. I don't care what state you're in, okay? Some of you, I'll have to connect with another agent to get you, to get you a property, but that's fine. If we can get you the information that you need to fix your credit, to get your down payment situated, all that good stuff to set you up for a real estate agent, that is what we want to do, okay? So y'all make sure that you, if you want to, okay, no pressure, But if you want to, you say, hey, you know what? I want to learn more about how to buy a home. Okay. Because I know this traditional route that I've been trying to go. I've got denied several times. Like my credit right now is 500. I don't know why. You know, I got these credit cards. But you're gonna learn why. When you join our community, you're gonna learn why. You're gonna learn that, hey, if you're spending over 9% of your credit card every single month, you're not helping your credit score. They used to say 30 to 35% utilization. No, it's 9% now. We need you spending 9% or less on your credit card. Okay? 9% or less on every credit card. So that means if you have a $10,000 credit line, you don't want to spend more than $900 per month is your maximum amount that you're going to spend. And you're going to make sure you make payments every single month. You're going to make sure that you make multiple payments every single month. Okay? For instance, if you were going to pay $100 on this card right here this month, you would pay $50 on the 1st, $50 on the 5th. If it's due on the 15th, you want to be paying that before it's actually due. Because when it gets reported on your statement, you want to make sure that the credit limit is below that 10%, which is 9% or lower. All right? I hope this is making sense to you guys, okay? All right, make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay? So listen, guys, it actually gets sweeter, okay? Does anybody want to know how it gets sweeter? If you want to know how it gets sweeter, in the chat, type sweet for me. Let me make sure I still got y'all, because I believe some of y'all don't, put your finger, how you go, you're in church and you put that little one finger up and you be like, I believe that's what some of y'all did. I think that's what some of y'all did. Is that what y'all did? If you didn't, put sweet in the chat so I know you still with me. Okay? Let me know, guys. All right? Because if y'all ain't in here, then I'm just going, I might as well shut it off because y'all ain't here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just talking to myself. This is crazy. This is like, what's the new word people are using now? It's diabolical. It's diabolical. I'm out here giving out this free game and y'all, putting your finger up and tiptoeing to the bathroom and stuff and exiting out the church. Like, that is diabolical. All right. I got a few sweets. Got a few sweets in the chat. All right, cool. So check this out, guys. I just showed you how Jack over here is essentially going to be paying more than Jill, but Jill got the better deal. Jill has the better agreement. Okay? Now, let's say, because you all know that in real estate, when you buy a house, a home typically appreciates year after year. It typically appreciates. It usually does not depreciate, okay? It usually goes up in value, okay? Seldomly is there a market crash. All right, everybody waiting on the market crash. But since I've been alive, I've only seen it crash one time. And that was the huge crash that we all know about in 2008, 2009. Since then, what's been happening? Going up. All right. So let's say that this property appreciates 3%. Okay. Okay, there it is. 3%. Year after year, this property appreciates 3%. Okay. In the first year, $309,000. $318,270. Monique, what's going on? Appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate all the gifts, y'all. Thank you. All right. And I did take notes because I didn't want to keep y'all along while I'm, trying to calculate. I already got it here. The appreciation that happens. So over here, they go up 3% on the rent. Over here, your property appreciates 3% on the mortgage. Okay? Everybody going up 3%, but who's benefiting? Over here, the owner's benefiting. Over here, the person who is renting to own is benefiting. Oh, thank you for my perfume. I like to smell it good. Thank you, Monique. All right. In the fourth year, guys, $337,653. And in the fifth year, $347,782. Guys, not only did Jill lock in the better deal for the 5 years because her rent payments never went up. It never went up. Most people rent payments, y'all just told me, go up 3% or more. Her rent payments never went up. Why? Because she locked in the 5 years. Now, pop quiz. How many of y'all like pop quiz? Okay, because I got one for you. Appreciate the shares. Pop quiz. Now, I told you that she purchased this house. She wrote an agreement for $300K. The value, same value over here that Jack did, okay? Same house. He just, decided to rent. She decided to ask for the rent to own option, okay? You miss every shot that you don't take, right? Take the shot, guys. Take the shot. Over here, Jill took the shot. She called him and said, hey, Mr. Seller, John, I see that sign out in your yard that you want to rent, but I want to know, have you ever considered selling? And John told Jill, well, I have actually, but nobody give me what I want. So Jill got on her negotiation hat and said, well, John, how much you want for the property? Okay? And that's how she was able to lock in the $300K agreement. Now, my question to you is, Jill got things right in her fourth year. By now, she done been in our rent to own community, rent versus own community. If you ain't in there, why ain't you? Okay, I'm Southern, why ain't you? There it is. It's pinned down below. Come on in. But Jill done been inside of our community. She been working on her credit, y'all. Listen, taking all the free tips that we got and implementing them. Score just been increasing over the months. And now she's in her fourth year, guys. And guess what? The property, when she looks up the property, when she looks it up on Zillow, when she calls her real estate agent, they tell her, girl, that property is worth $337,653 now. She say, what? How is that possible? Well, that's how much it is. Let me ask you guys a question. Here's your pop quiz. That property went up to $337,653 in value, meaning that when the appraisal come out and appraise that property, this is about where it'll be in value. Now, she's ready. She's gotten everything right. She did everything right. She is ready for that mortgage. The lender told the girl, now you qualify. She applied. Everything looking good. Guys, is she paying $300? And you can just put $300 in. Is she paying $300K Or is she paying $337K for this property in her 4th year? I need to know. Is she paying this amount or is she paying that amount in her 4th year renting that house? All right, I see one answer. Anybody else? Damn, it died on y'all. How did you? Other phone just died, y'all. Yeah. I'm getting it back up though. Hopefully it'll come on back up. Okay, so YouTube, are y'all listening? I need y'all to answer the question. Is it 300 or 337,000? How much are they paying? Don't be scared, y'all. Listen. Mystical told y'all do not be scared. Why are you scared? Answer. Let me know. All right, we back up over here now. Let me see. They're going to be like, where did she go? Look, now y'all done left out. Y'all, YouTube, I love y'all, but y'all got to stop. Get it sexy. Okay, there we go. In there. Thank you, honey bun. Realize this little phone was on its last leg. I'm sorry about that, y'all. Are we back now?
Good, yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. So let me see if I can scroll up. I can't even scroll up. I can't even see if y'all answered the question or not. I still want to know, y'all. For those of you that they came back, I appreciate you. Appreciate your patience. The phone went like it was like I'm done. I didn't even notice it was leaving here. Appreciate you, Eric. All right, Eric said 300K. Exactly. So that's exactly what happened, guys. She is still paying 300K. So not only was she locked in for her rent payment saved over here, but guess what? She also saved and made equity because she locked in the price. Who is this? Max. Let me see what this is.
I'm sorry.
How did you know my feet are flat?
Regarde, c'est dur à expliquer.
Huh?
Non, it's from a video game. It's a référence pas comprenable.
Okay, what's going on, Max?
Oh, lady love?
I'm doing wonderful. Just sitting over here, you know, talking about some real estate. Where you located?
Quebec.
Quebec. Oh, how is it there?
Cold.
Cold?
Yeah. You know, usually it's like this because of the cold, like this.
Oh, wow.
Press?
No.
Can you teach me how to be rich, please?
Yeah. Let me see how I can help you.
Oh, second all.
Huh?
You're gonna kick me.
You guessed it, buddy. You're out of there. He's smart. All right, y'all. So we're back, y'all. Sorry about that. I thought it was somebody with some sense. But anyway. So yes, Eric, and everybody else who silently guessed 300K. See, these are the benefits, y'all. When you decide to be on this side right here, not only do you lock in the 5-year agreement at $2,000 a month, you don't have to worry about the appreciation of the 3% every single year or 3% plus, because sometimes it goes up even more. But you also get the appreciation and value of the property. So when it goes up to 337, you buy it at 300, you're buying in at instant equity. Somebody, woo, instant equity, y'all. Loyalty, thank you for the daily heart me. I appreciate you. I'm breaking it down on how our family can get into a rent to own by way of pre-foreclosure. Is not the only way, but it is one of my best ways that I've been able to get into a rent to own home, that I've been able to allow other people into a rent to own home. Okay? So, yes, so if you're just hopping on in, you can see here I showed the value, the rent, the lease, the security deposit that Jack put down over here, and how he paid $8,196, and then we said, you know what, he actually put down a security deposit too, because you all usually put down a security deposit. We all put down a security deposit whenever we rent a home. Most of us have rented a house before in our life, right? Everybody, including myself, okay? Unless you know, inherited some stuff, okay? But for the most part, we all are familiar with security deposit. So when you add on the security deposit, this is what Jack paid over 5 years. This is over the $2,000. Including the 2,000, this is over the 2,000, because remember I showed you here that it appreciated. So when people say, well, Falecia, what happens if I can't exercise my right to buy? What happens if life lies for me? You know, what happens if I don't like my neighbors? What happens if I don't like the HOA? Life happens, guys. Things happen, but guess what? At the end of the day, when you do this math right here, you still saved on this end, and you still have the option to buy. So guess what? Let's say in year 2, you decided that you no longer want to live in that property. Guess what? Now you can sublease it to somebody else. So now you could turn this property that was a liability to you, you can turn it into an asset for yourself. You can move out of that property. Okay, now, and this actually happened with one of our clients. They moved into our property. They did everything we told them to do with the credit. They fixed their credit. And they said, you know what? These HOA people, these neighbors, they don't like my kids, Falecia. BJ, they don't like my kids. So I don't like them. And I don't want this house no more. I said, okay, cool. So guess what? They ended up moving out and getting into another property. But the great thing about this is if you move out within your 5-year agreement and you decide to put someone else into the property, guess what? Now you get to make money off of them just as well. So let's say that you can charge them the same $10K that you put down. Now you get your money back. Or you can charge them $15K. Now you just made an additional $5K. Okay? However you want to do it, because when you have the agreement, Agreement. What is your agreement saying? Is your agreement saying, I'm willing to rent this property for 1 year and renew every year and allow you to just, help me flush my money down the drain? Or am I going to say, you know what? Forget this. I don't want to be on this side no more. Sir, ma'am, are you willing to rent to own this property to me? Because if you're not, I appreciate your time, but I got to bounce. Okay? Because I'm pretty sure that I can find somebody else that's willing to rent to own the property to me. Okay? That's my answer. For anybody that's saying, hey, what if my landlord says they don't want to rent to own the property to me? Find another house. Listen, y'all, it's plenty of houses that have been on the market that have expired. These people want to sell the property. Get creative. Learn how to get creative. Listen, there's tons of YouTube videos out there. Now, everybody that's on YouTube don't know what the hell they're talking about, okay? But generally speaking, you can piece some stuff together and learn, But make sure you do your own due diligence. Make sure you do your own research as well. See, the people that come inside of our community, and we are going to offer a done for you system. We're going to offer a done for you program because we know that some people say, you know what, Falecia, this sounds good. Man, I really want to be on that side right there. But I don't have the time. Or some people say, I don't have the energy. I don't want to get hung up on. I don't feel comfortable calling these foreclosures. BJ and I are setting up something called a done for you system where we will be able to do these things for you at a small fee. Okay? But we are teaching you how you can do it yourself. So it's up to you. Right? Choose the option that makes more sense for you. So if you're on my TikTok page, all you gotta do is tap that orange icon right there. It will allow you to fill out the form and come inside of our community. If you're on my YouTube, I love you guys, but I'm not familiar with how to work YouTube that good yet. So if you want to come inside the community, type community in the chat, and when I get off of here, sometime tonight or tomorrow, I'll make sure I I'll reply to you the community invitation, okay? All right. Was this helpful for anybody? Was this information helpful to anybody? Did you all learn anything today? My prayer, my hope, when I come on this live is that people will be awakened and realize, hey, I know I've been renting. I have some people that's been renting for 5, 10, 15 plus years. But you say, hey, I know I've been renting for all this time, Falecia. I don't want to do that no more. I want to join your community. My credit is jacked up. I never knew anything about credit. We didn't talk about credit at the dinner table. In fact, my parents worked 2 and 3 jobs to make sure they could take care of us. So we warmed up our food that we had out of the refrigerator. We didn't learn credit. My parents didn't know credit. I taught them credit, right? It is okay. So guess what? But now you have the opportunity to join our free community. Okay? I don't know how long we'll be offering it. But all you got to do is tap that orange button right there. If you're on my TikTok page right now, tap that orange button. Come on inside the community. Fill out the form. We'll approve you as soon as I get off this live. If you're on YouTube, comment below community. I got you. Okay? I'll make sure that you can get inside the community. You don't want to miss this free information, guys. People will charge you to repair your credit. All right. We're not in the business of credit repair. We're in the business of producing homeowners. Okay. Listen, y'all, this is the perfect opportunity for rent to own. Perfect opportunity for rent to own. Where interest rate is constantly going up. Listen, y'all, it is the perfect opportunity for rent to own. Join the community. Make sure you come in. Get on the calendar. Come in on Sunday. We have the campfire. Hey, sit around the campfire with us. Okay, it's actually a Zoom, but we call it the campfire. It's pretty cool. And, it's a very intimate session where people can come off mute and just talk and, learn Make sure you all come in there and, you know, answer questions inside the community, the polls, comment. You know, if anything you feel is missing or you want to know a little bit more, feel free to comment, guys. At the end of the day, we don't know what you don't know, right? And unless you tell us, we just have to guess what you don't know. So we invite you, as long as it's respectful, it's relevant, and all of that great stuff, we invite you to comment on the post, voice your opinion, so that way we can make sure that we are putting out the right message. For instance, one of the people inside the community came on Sunday, and BJ was telling them how he's using a prompt to help them fix their own credit using AI. And they were like, oh my God, prompt AI? What are you talking about? And it was great because it brought us to realization that, hey, not everybody is familiar with AI. Not everybody have been using AI for all these years that AI came out. So guess what? We need to make a small video, if nothing else, a small video to teach you how to use this, you know, the prompts that we are teaching you how to use. Make it very, very simple for the people. And so that's what we're working on right now. And we'll have that video up for you guys for free. Okay, so listen, if you're not inside of the community, I don't know how much longer it's going to be free. Eventually, we are going to charge a price for it because we want to make sure that only the right people are coming in. We believe that if you pay, you'll pay attention. Okay, we don't want people just opting in, coming in, and then they're in, and then they don't come back in for like 10 or 15 days. Like, that's not gonna work. You know, we really want people that are coming in because they are serious about learning. They want to learn. They want to engage. They want to know more. They want to fix their credit. They want to buy a house. They've set a goal to buy a house. All right. So I appreciate the feedback, guys. Let me know that this information was helpful to you. If you all have any questions, please go ahead and post them below. If not, we'll go ahead and hop off. But today was all about how to rent to own a pre-foreclosure home. Okay, I may or may not come back a little bit later on and talk about the actual foreclosures. If you all would like for me to show you where I get the foreclosures from after I take a break, drop a 1 in the chat for me. Drop a 1 in the chat for me and let me know if you want me to come back. I may take a little 30-minute break. I'm going to bed early tonight, so I may do like a 30-minute break and then come back. What's going on, Joyce? Okay, so we only got 2 people, and BJ my husband, so y'all better put some 1s in there if y'all want me to come back, okay? Because otherwise, we only got Joyce that want me to come back. All right, and it's all good. I mean, if it's not something that you all want to hear about, then I can always come back tomorrow and talk about this, okay? And I am working on a set time. I know it would be very helpful if I had a set time. Would it be helpful if I had a set time, y'all, that y'all could just come on? I just haven't been able to figure out like a time that could work for everybody. You know? Maybe I should just come up with one, right? All right, Eric, like, let me put my 1 in. Okay. So that would be great. Okay. So I may take a little break, guys. And come back at 7:30. All right. So y'all set your alarms. If you haven't already hit the follow button, tap that heart right there, guys. Tap that heart and grab your daily heart me. That'll help you follow me too. And then turn your notification bell on. That way you know when I come back live. All right, it'll probably be around 7:30-ish. All right. So anyway, I appreciate y'all, man. Listen, Y'all don't know, when you come on here and you engage and you let me know that you're learning, that motivates me. When I come on and you guys aren't here, or you're not interacting, it makes me confused. I'm not sure if you guys are learning, if you want to continue, or if I'm confusing you or what, so even if I'm confusing you, you're not learning, whatever the case is, I'd rather you give me feedback so that way I can fix it. All right, because I've been told I'm a pretty good teacher and that I should have went to school to be a teacher, but no, I didn't want to do that. Okay, so I feel like I am a pretty good teacher based on what other people have said, but at the end of the day, you determine that. Okay, so you let me know, hey Falecia, can you slow down, or can you go back? Can you explain that again? Can you tell me again what is the difference between pre-foreclosure and foreclosure? You kind of went a little fast, and I ain't really get it. You know what I'm saying? Can you tell me more about judicial, non-judicial state? I never heard anybody talk about that. Slow me down, guys, if you don't get it. Which I ain't talked about that on this live, but at 7:30 I will be talking about that. All right. So yes, like BJ said, go ahead and tap that orange button right there. Come on in the community. Listen, we know the statistics. We know majority of you are renting only because you don't have the correct credit score. All right, most lenders want to see that you have at least a 620, 640 credit score. You can get approved with a 580 FHA loan, but do I recommend it? No. Because the lower your credit score is, the higher your interest rate. Plus, guys, we give you free information that could literally make your score go up in as little as 30 to 45 days. If you are not in the community to get those tips, I don't know what to tell you. That's where you get it from. Once you get inside the community, you fill out that form right there using that orange button. It's going to bring you into the community. You fill out that form. It's going to allow you to be pending. When you're pending, I'm going to get off here because I need a little break. Okay, it's 7:10 now. I'm going to approve you when I get off here. Okay, and then you can just scroll on over to Classroom and go down and start going through the credit information. Guys, we got a ton of free credit information in there. Listen, BJ mistakenly, and he didn't even take it out after I brought it to his attention. Okay, so he must really want y'all to have it. But he has a 90-day action plan in there. That if you follow that action plan, to a T, you can qualify for a mortgage in 90 days. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? But I hate to sound cliche. But just like the old saying say, you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink. I'm leading y'all to the water. It's free information, doesn't cost you anything. Okay? And I was watching a guy's live today. He's a multi-millionaire. He said, you guys that are giving your stuff away for free, you're charging $97, $50. People don't value this. Y'all are giving thousands of dollars of information away for free. And that resonated with me, y'all. That really, he kind of struggled. You know how in church they say ouch if they stepped on you. He stepped on my toe. Because we giving y'all this free information because we're looking at it like, listen, we know the statistic. The National Association of Realtors say people that look like me, and trust me, I love all people. All my clients have been all different races, all of that stuff. So don't get me wrong. But I can't help but to pay attention to the stats when the stats are all in my face. When we looked at the National Association of Realtors, and they said that black and brown people rent year after year, 92% of black and brown people rent year after year. I said, oh no, not on my watch, not anymore. And I said, you know what, we're going to start giving this information away for free. But then when I realized, man, we giving this information away for free, but the people are coming in, they signing up, but they get 0% of the work done. They ain't watching no videos, they ain't reading nothing, they ain't going through the book. Man. And the guy on the webinar today, he stepped on my toes so hard. toes boots. Because he said when people pay, they pay attention. Do you agree with that? Do you believe that people don't value free information? It's heartbreaking to know. It's like one of those things where you know this information, but you're like, nah, I know they're going to appreciate us for giving this free information. Now, my people, they're going to appreciate. They're going to appreciate BJ and I coming on live multiple times a day, making sure that they get this information, making sure that they know they can get a free invitation into our community while we have the doors on. They're going to appreciate it, and they're going to come in there and they're going to actually implement. He said, no, Falecia, when you giving that stuff away for free, I told him what I was giving away for free. The man looked at me like I was crazy. We on a Zoom, y'all, but he looked at me like, you done bumped your rack. Do you know that people, credit repair specialists, charge thousands of dollars per month per dispute? I said, yeah, but we ain't in the credit repair. We ain't trying to, we ain't trying to win off of credit repair. We want to help these people get a house. If we help them get a house, we'll make money off of that too. But our biggest incentive is helping them to get a house. We don't really care about making the money on the credit repair. He said, you got to start charging. Oh my God. BJ, did you hear what he said? We got to start charging the people in order for them to pay attention. We are messing y'all up, is what he said, because we're not charging you. Because he said where people put their money and their time, they pay attention. If they not spending their time, they ain't gonna spend their time. So therefore, when you have those campfires on Sundays and you offering people to come in there for free, that's why you got 3 people that show up. That's why you got 4 people that show up. That's why you got almost 300 people in your group, but you got 10% that show up on Sunday because they didn't have to pay. Oh my God. This man is hurting my feet, Lord. Why is he stepping on my feet so hard? But he was so right, y'all. He was so right. So for now, though, we are still allowing people to get in for free. So if you're not already in, I advise you to get in, because there will be changes. Because at the end of the day, it's not about how much money we make off of you guys joining the community. It's about whether or not you value the information and you actually take the information and you implement it. It's heartbreaking, y'all, when we take the time and we put this stuff inside of the community for you guys for free, and you still don't take the time to do it. So I know that some of you are just getting in today, and I appreciate you, but I want to let you know, make sure you download the school app. It's called SKOOL. So that way when you join the community, turn on your notifications too. So that way when we are making the posts, the polls, things like that, you can participate. And we know you're here. You can join the classroom. You can, go through the community and make sure that you're learning about how payment history, whether I pay on time or whether I pay late, impacts my credit score by 35%. That's a huge percentage on your credit score. People don't know how their credit score is dropping, constantly dropping. You feel like, well, man, I know that my credit limit is $10,000 and I owe $8,000 on it, but Falecia, I pay it on time. Every month I make sure I pay the minimum. Ma'am, sir, you're not doing it right. But that's why we created the community. And if you don't go inside of the classroom, you won't know that you're doing it wrong. Okay? So guys, it's a huge season coming up. In case you all didn't know, it's a huge season coming up. Okay? How many of you know that it's a huge season coming up? Some people call it baby mama season. Are y'all familiar? Baby mama season? That's what they calling it now, y'all, in 2026. AKA tax refund season, okay? They call it baby mama season because they feel like, the men come back and they cuddle up under the baby mama. They really don't want the baby mama, but they want that baby mama tax refund. All right? Yeah, somebody put it in there. Tax season. Somebody know what I'm talking about, okay? So listen, y'all, we're coming up this year, tell that baby daddy, I ain't staying. Listen, me and my baby, we're gonna have a house this year. Okay, I'm in Falecia BJ community. They teaching us for free. I'm gonna be on every single campfire they have, and I'm gonna make sure that I participate. And when they give me this free game, I'm gonna make sure I implement. I'm lowering my utilization. So for my baby mama season tax refund, guess what? I'm putting it towards my credit, because you already done messed up my credit, baby daddy. So I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna put it towards my credit, because I'm gonna get my utilization now. Because Falecia told me that if I pay my utilization now to 9%, guess what? In 30 to 45 days, yes, I said in 30 to 45 days, I can see improvement on my credit score, meaning my credit score should start to go up. Now, how many of you know that when you do right on your credit score gradually goes up by, a few points. But when you do something wrong, 50 points, negative 100 points. All right, so that is why, again, thank you, lady. Yes, you're right. I got to get off. That is why, again, you got to make sure that you get inside of the community, click on the classroom, and make sure that you are implementing these free things that we are teaching you inside of the community. And my baby daddy just reminded me, y'all, that I got to get off, because I told y'all I was going to be here at 7:30. Okay, all right, I'm busy standing here running my flapjack, but I wanted to make sure that I shared it. It was on my heart and mind for